Cole, do you want to intro the show or should I this week?
It's just sometimes Thane, it's fun to watch you just to sit here and see what you're gonna do without like saying anything.
Hi, welcome to
Welcome to Life is Daijoubu, episode 90.
We're not sponsored by Coke. Stop.
We
Put that
aren't
away.
Sponsored by
Put
Coke.
that away. Put that away. We're not sponsored. Dude.
Both sides chose Coke.
Yeah.
We are joined by the Coke Master, sponsored
Cheers.
from Coke, Mr. Skyler.
Can I tell you my hot take?
Yeah. Well, it's not a hot take because it's true.
Okay, Pepsi's better than Coke, but I do enjoy sugar Coke. Like, this is a Mexi Coke is what they call it here in Idaho. A Mexican Coke. It's beautiful.
You know why they call it that? I'm sure you do, right?
Because it's made in Mexico.
Yeah, they bottle it there. They use cane sugar.
It's delicious. Big fan here.
And as you saw from the intro, I'm joined by Thane as well. He got a nice haircut. What else you got, Thane? What else is going on?
I don't know. I think how you determine if you like Pepsi over Coke, if you like
Bitter over sweet.
Yeah, the more tangy flavor,
I'd call
say.
it acidity.
Acidity. Yeah, that one's more acidic.
Coca-Cola's more acidic.
And Pepsi's more bitter, a little bitter.
No, Pepsi's sweet.
Pepsi's sweet.
Pepsi's sweet. So Pepsi's sweet, Coke is acidic.
And that's why I think I like sugar Coke is because
you
it's
taste
sweet.
the sweet. Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, should I just drink a Pepsi then at that point?
Yeah, probably, because it's better. It's superior.
And I like Pepsi, like sugar Pepsi over regular Pepsi.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's more sweet.
I like Coke better, but my favorite is probably vanilla Coke.
Vanilla Coke slaps too, but once again, it's
sweeter.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweeter.
He gets rid of that acidity a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a word. I made that up. Acidity?
It sounds like acidity, like a spell you're casting
yeah?
or something.
Acidity.
Yeah. Well, speaking of spell casting, we got an anime podcast for you guys to watch or listen to. I don't know what you guys are doing, but yeah, that's right. Episode 90. Today we're going to be talking about Seeing Yesterday for Me. And unfortunately, I was incorrect at the last episode where I said it was the Beatles yesterday. That was not close at all. In fact,
I did not hear
it's
any Beatles songs.
No Paul McCartney singing. Not Paul McCartney. What's the Ringo Starr?
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Paul.
I think it was
John and Paul sang.
John and Paul
What's Paul's
duetted.
last name?
McCartney.
You're kidding.
You said it.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking like Jesse McCartney. I thought he was a boy band like guy. That was the wrong name.
I
was right name actually.
I
think it's Jesse McCarthy.
It's McCartney.
McCartney it is?
Pretty sure.
It was McCarthy.
I learned that because of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, that there's Paul McCartney and Jesse McCartney. Because one episode, Jesse McCartney's coming on to sing, and the boys are telling their mom, and she's like, I love Paul McCartney, and starts clapping and screaming, and they're like,
who's that?
That's pretty good.
And
Okay, that's
that,
good.
It's like,
Anyway, yeah, so we're going to be talking about that, Seeing Yesterday for me. But we will be talking about that to roughly about the halfway point of the show, so look forward to that. We'll give you our full thoughts. And this was one of those shows, I'll give you here's the tease for it. This is one of those shows that after watching it, I had to look into it a little bit more to see more about the story and see what happened with it and all that. So I got some little fun facts. I got manga spoilers if you so choose as well. So
there's more past what we watched.
Well, it's interesting. I'll tell you when we get there. So look forward to that. But before we do that, we do have a little bit of anime news or weeb news. Maybe we should call that the section the weeb
Welcome
news.
to Weeb News. I'm your host, Haru Chichiro.
Yes.
I'm joined by Isekai Suzuki.
sorry, I'm trying to remember what.
Honda Toyota.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember what the anime I was going to pick.
Oh.
I had one.
Yeah, because Saint's picking
Last
at the end
night,
of the episode.
I said, I need to pick one, and I thought I had one, and I was like, and now I lost it. So I'm going to have to go find it again.
Find it in the depths of your mind.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple anime announcements as well as 2 talking points. Let's start out with some anime announcements. We got Super Psychic Policeman Chojo is getting an anime.
Manga.
Yeah, that's a manga. I've read this one. It was a Shonen Jump manga.
It is indeed a
It's
manga.
over too. I thought it got canceled, but apparently it was
just
successfulness to
finished.
get the anime. No, it got canceled a few months ago. I don't know if it got canceled. I think maybe he just finished.
It is weird that they've been starting
can't-
making animes for these old Shonen Jump things that
Yeah.
either got axed or canceled.
You can't
or
really tell
finished
sometimes.
early.
You can't really tell sometimes. Like, well, this went for a while, but it ended, and it could have gone on longer. But I don't know.
Like the one I'm looking forward to is Black Torch. That's
Yeah.
5 volumes. At one point it was axed, but for some reason they decided to turn it into an anime.
I'm feeling that volume sales, like someone sees it, it's like, hey, this show's actually pretty good, and then a studio says, let's do it.
So back in like the day when we were like first getting into manga, Black Torch was one of them that I bought volume 1 of, and I don't know if I finished the full volume or read halfway through, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this one. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna look into it, how many volumes and all that. Found out there's only 5, so I'm just like, okay, I guess I will just buy them all. Every time I went to Barnes & Noble, guess what they never had? More volumes of Black Torch because it was freaking old and out of print and all that jazz. So I never got it. I never read it. I'd still have volume 1 probably in one of these
It's
boxes.
on the Shonen Jump
here.
app, I see.
It
so,
is definitely on the
yeah.
Shonen Jump app, though, yeah. Anyway, moving on. We've got Let's Go Kaikigumi. Let's Go Kaikigumi.
Manga.
Let's go Pikachu Eevee. It's a video game.
Skylar's right. It is a manga. Spoiler alert, there's no video game adaptations today to talk about.
Womp womp.
Okay.
Womp womp. Next up, we got Garden of Gods.
Sounds pretty cool.
Sounds like a manga.
Yeah, it sounds like a.
But I'm going to throw a curveball and say it's an original.
manga. I'm gonna say it's a manga.
It's a light novel. You guys are both wrong.
F. It's one of those rare light novels with a short title.
Keep you on your toes. Next up, we have Ishiki-san Wants to Know Romance.
Manga.
So that was a frame 1 manga call. That was crazy.
Manga.
Yeah,
I
you
guess,
guys are
yeah.
right. It is a manga. Frame 1. Last of the new anime is High School Funny Face Club.
Anime original.
Sounds like a sketch comedy from a Japanese show.
It kind of does, yeah. I think just the idea that it's a funny face club kind of implies it's a manga because
Yeah.
you got to see the pictures of the funny faces. And I don't know anything about this. Based on the title, I do not think I'll ever watch this. Sorry, Funny Face Club.
Watch it be one of those certified bangers.
It
that
could
in
be. It
3
could
years of
literally
the
just be one
show.
of those like hidden
watch
gems.
it.
Hidden gems before it's even released. Last, we have season 3 announcement of 100 girlfriends that really, 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 really love you.
I hope no.
What are you gonna say, Skylar? Was it gonna be some dumb number thing? Oh my goodness, I can read you like a book.
I hope number 1 below 70 wins.
Wait, no, you don't know anything about the premise, do you?
Nope.
There's nothing. They all win.
Oh, he just has 100 girlfriends.
Yeah.
I hope
the whole
that
premise.
number 1 below 70 gets the best arc.
Okay, that's fine. The best part is that number two, and I don't know what number the other girl is, but number 2's mom is one of the numbers. So man's got the mom and the daughter. I think that was like chapter 20, and I think I got to chapter 40 before I stopped reading this.
Sounds like Machete.
That thing has probably been rule 47, 37, whatever. Is it 37?
34.
34.
Things right on it, bro.
Yikes. I've been on the internet. That sounds like that show's been rule 34 to high hell. Or
It very well could have
deep
been,
hell.
Yeah, I don't know. Ecchi ones usually don't get as much Rule 34.
This one's not super etchy, but
Yeah.
it definitely has etchy moments. It's like
It's
I don't know. It's like you're it's not quite seinen, but it's close from the etchiness.
well, you don't know, but after playing that Rule 34 game, I'm not surprised, but I'm disgusted that like My Little Pony and Pokemon are like some of the highest.
We're talking about
I'm not
hundreds,
surprised at all.
hundreds of thousands.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
And one of the worst ones I saw that got like over thousands of is the Death Claw from Fallout 4, and Fallout General, and I'm just like,
People
why?
like what they like. I don't
And
know
the
what to
internet
say.
is the Wild West.
Like what you like, gamers. Anyway, moving on to some actual talking points. The first one is that the Frieren manga is going on a quote-unquote indefinite hiatus.
Wasn't it already on a hiatus before?
It goes on hiatus all the time
Indefinite.
because the author would get sick a lot.
Yeah.
Currently, both the author and the illustrator are sick.
Oh,
And
it's
so
a
that's why it's
two-person
indefinite hiatus. Yeah. So who knows how long they will be taking a break for. Unfortunately, we're midway through an arc, and so it's a weird one.
This could be a Hunter x Hunter situation.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I hope that
not
they
too.
get feeling better and are able to put a nice cap on this, because I'd like there to be an ending to this story someday. It's one of those stories that I think you can tell the writer knew what the ending was going to be from when they started, so that's how you knew that it was going to be a solid story through and through, where it's just like little arcs here and there throughout the middle.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think it's disappointing, but also like I want them to be healthy, so they should be taking more breaks so they don't get sick. Unless it's just their sickness just because they're sick, and that happens to people sometimes. I don't know. I don't know the situation too much. All I know is that that's what they have labeled it as is an indefinite hiatus. Who knows what that means?
That's too bad.
It is too bad. But we do have the new season of the anime coming out next year, so. And that arc, I believe, is the entire gold arc. That's fun.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah. And then the last one we have is, I know Thane mentioned it. I don't know if he mentioned it on the podcast or where he mentioned it, but I heard Thane mention it. He talked about the Crunchyroll manga app. I got curious, and I looked into it. And this is why this is the talking point. It's just the Crunchyroll manga app. He mentioned that, were you logged into our shared account?
Yeah.
He mentioned that we didn't have the highest tier to access the manga. That's false. We definitely do. I have the ultimate account, which lets because I wanted to get the free shipping from their store and the discounts from their store.
Says, I think it just said upgrade now. I didn't actually.
Oh, you didn't actually download the app.
Were
and
you
try
logged
it?
in?
No, I logged in.
Did you get the manga app though?
Oh, yeah, I get the
It's
manga
a separate app, yeah.
Oh.
Because I saw the same update now or upgrade now ad, and I just kind of waved it off thinking it was its own subscription.
Yeah.
But I come to find out that it is a part of our subscription. And so, regardless, I downloaded the app to check it out. It's got a handful of mangas, some very popular ones. And from what I can tell, it seems solid.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's got some Viz Media ones, which I'm surprised.
It's got some Viz stuff. It's got, I don't think they have any Kodansha stuff, but like Yen Press, I think they have Yen Press stuff maybe. What's Dress Up Darling under? Who publishes that?
Square Enix.
Is it Enix?
Yeah.
Because that's on there. I do know that. And I saw some people on Reddit talking about how, what's that one? High School DxD? That's the crazy ecchi one, right?
Yeah.
They said that one was not censored on on that app. So I guess in theory, this is just a good way to look at manga because they'll have the most official version, if you will. On top of that, people also noted, and I noted this as well, that if they have full volumes rather than chapters. And so, sometimes you get the bonus chapter because it's the volume. They would have that kind of stuff on there.
That's cool.
So that is
Cool.
nice. Overall, the app seemed fine. There was some little, weird things. Like, you'd click on a manga. Like, you'd be scrolling through, swiping like Netflix. You click on one to look at and back out, and it starts back over the scroll. So it's like that kind of stuff would bother me. But there's not enough on there to really, have to, search through. Huh?
Is it vertical scrolling or horizontal?
It's horizontal
Okay,
scrolling,
okay.
but you might be able to change the settings. I didn't
Okay.
look that far into it. But anyway, I might start reading a manga. They have Apothecary Diaries on there. I don't know how far into it they have it on there, but I might start reading that just to more or less to test out the app. Also, because I've also been kind of interested in reading it, but I do want to test out the app and give you a report on it. So I might start reading Apothecary Diaries there.
That'll be fun. There's not a reading limit, is there?
I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think so. There could be. I know you can download just like you can on the Viz app. So overall, suck at Kodansha. I don't know what to say. You suck.
They're
Wait, I think they have Demons of the Shadow Realm. That's the one I was interested in. That's the Arakawa one, new one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is Kodansha doing well in Japan? Like they're
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
You wanna know
of
why?
course.
Well, it's because it's formatted for the
They got-
Japanese.
They got stuff like Rent a Girlfriend on there, so they're
Yeah.
making bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are making their money, Sky. I promise you. And moving on, that's all the news I had. We can go talk about our just like a seasonal show or so. So we're 2 weeks into the season now. We've maybe even 3. I think there's some episode 3s or 4s out at this point. I think I've watched an episode of every one of the shows I've picked, save for like One Punch Man. I've not seen One Punch Man yet.
Not heard good things.
And there's one on Amazon Prime I have not watched yet. But other than that, I pretty much have watched like at least one or 2 episodes of all the shows that I've picked. Are you guys kind of in that same boat?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of shows with a lot of catch up like Ram the One Half.
You're gonna catch up on that one.
Yeah. Probably will watch a lot in December because I'm working on 2 videos. I'm probably not going to watch as many as in October, November because I'm working on 2 videos.
Yeah.
But I think in December I'm just going to watch a ton.
Nice.
And the show. Wait, are you done with? Sorry,
you can talk.
Okay, sorry.
I don't need to.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the segment now.
Yeah, the show I want to talk about is a show called Sanda. It's about it's about a world that's like in the future where there's no Christmas, no holidays in general. The Jehovah Witnesses have won. That's a joke. It's a joke. But no, like it's a society where holidays and I don't know birthdays. They only really establish that Christmas is no longer around and nobody believes in Santa Claus, obviously. So Santa's like just like Christmas is a myth and Santa Claus is a myth. But then there's a boy named Sanda, who a girl who he has a crush on stabs him, and then the blood gets on his shirt, and he turns into Santa Claus because he wore red.
Wow.
If he wears red, he turns into Santa Claus.
Does he have claws?
Actually, he gets like skis under his feet that work like claws. And it's from the same manga author. It's based off the manga with the same author as Beastars.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
you talking about this one. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So this one's just like more over the top, goofy fun. I don't know if I haven't really watched Beastars. I don't know if there's like serious commentary on stuff from what I gathered, but this one's just like, hey, Santa Claus, a little boy's actually Santa Claus, and he's gonna save the kids.
And give him presents.
Yeah, I guess.
And have a bunch of reindeer.
I don't see any. I haven't seen the reindeer. It's just Santa Claus right now.
Do you think
Maybe he'll get reindeer.
Will he get to live in the North Pole? You think?
I don't know. It's set
That
in
fly likes
Japan.
you, Sky.
Set in Japan, so I don't know. Maybe he'll go to the North Pole.
No North Pole for him.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting one. I don't have any interest in ever watching that one, but I'm curious to hear about it. So I'm happy that you are watching it, so I can hear about it from someone. The show that I want to talk about today is, well, I got 2, but I do want to save one of them for next time. I'm trying to like doing a slow debate in my head. One of them I know Thane's watching, so I'd probably wait on that. Maybe he might pick it next time or something. So I'll pick Let's Play. I want to talk about the cringe fest that this anime is.
Is this a carryover? Or is this the...
No, this is a new one.
It's a new one this season.
It's based off like an American webcomic.
Oh, you told us.
Something,
So
yeah.
I think you had seen episode 1 last time, and you told us
Yeah,
about it.
it's fairly trash. It's pretty cringe.
The worst part, it's set in L.A.
It's set in L.A. That is correct. It's interesting. It's got things that like it could be good, and like things that it's just not great. It's very mediocre, maybe a little less than mediocre, but it's one of those trash things that I can't not watch, but not for the same reason as other trash things I can't not watch. There's something about it that I am compelled to keep watching. I'll tell you what it is, by the way. I'm kind of just like riffing right now at this point. So the premise of it is there's this girl. She's a game developer, She developed her very first game. She published it. It's getting some pretty good reviews on some review site. We'll call it Steam because I don't know anything else. And so it's getting good reviews there. And then one day, this influencer, YouTuber, streamer guy trashes it. He's like, this game blows so bad. It's horrible. Don't you dare play this garbage. And like everybody starts review bombing it. It becomes the lowest rated game on the entire site that she published it to. And eventually like her account gets like frozen essentially because they thought it was like malicious game or whatever. Regardless.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a little overboard. That's how you know it's kind of cringe and kind of dumpster, you know. And then to top it all off, the streamer guy moves in next door at the end of the episode.
So they're probably gonna end up falling in love by the end of the show.
Maybe. I just watched the latest episode, and it's revealed he's got a girlfriend, so maybe they won't. Regardless, I don't know how much of the story. No, actually, it's definitely completely a romance because the freaking intro talks about like love is a game and all that. I'm just like, okay, sure. Yeah, it'll be I'm curious to see where this goes. Just because I like some good trash, I like some good dumpster fires, and this one is the newest dumpster fire that I get to enjoy. If you are into dumpster fires, I'm sure you would love this one as well. If there's something weird, compelling about dumpsters. Like, for me, I love myself some garboders and some trubbishes, so I love diving in them. And I will keep you updated on how the Cringe Fest... I call it Cringe Fest, too, because it's gamer-esque, right? Like, she's a gamer. She plays, like, World of Warcraft with a bunch of her guild buddies, and, like, the most recent episode I watched, like, her guild goes to, like, this, like, pizza place and, like, has this little guild meeting, and after they started going to the arcades and start just, like, rocking up points and stuff because they're so good at video games. It's very... Yeah, you know what I'm talking.
Yes,
it's kind of
yes.
like video game high school if it was an anime and even more cringy.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Maybe that's why I like it because I liked video game high school back in the day. Even now, I still like it. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
so that's the show I talked about. I have another one I love to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it.
Hopefully it's not this one. Because, well, I guess it doesn't even matter. If it is, then you'll have some stuff to say about this one. But I think this one might be one of the most interesting ones I'm watching this season. It's called Genosha.
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
I'm
not watching
that?
this.
I'm not watching it.
Okay, if you guys aren't watching it, cool. This I've only seen one episode. I think episode 2 is out now, but it's Among Us and Groundhog Day the anime.
Oh,
So I think it's gonna be bad good. It's gonna be one of those like trash, but like I kind of like the concept. Some of the writing's a little goofy in the beginning. Anyway, this dude wakes up on a spaceship. No memories.
It's really a spaceship.
Yeah.
It really is just Among Us.
Yeah, he wakes up on a spaceship, and then this girl's like, hey, I think it could be a boy, too. I don't freaking know. There's a lot of girl boys that are in this show. Regardless, dude wakes up. He's like, what the freak's going on? She's like, hey, I need you to come with me. We got all these people here. One of us is a monster, and we're trying to figure it out. So we're all going to go take a vote.
Based off a video game.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, that makes
Among
sense.
Us.
No. It's,
This is around the time when like the Among Us craze was really popular, like 2 to 3 years ago.
Yes.
And so this is roughly the amount of time it would have taken to develop an anime
it's-
based off Among Us at this point.
What I gathered from seeing the game was it's like Danganronpa and Among Us.
Is Danganronpa?
Yeah, it's a visual novel, and you have to guess who's the imposter.
I need to watch this
Yeah,
show.
this is what it is who's the imposter. But like episode 1, they vote everybody off real quick. Minor spoilers for the show, but it just sets it up for what's to come. But anyway, the monster, the imposter, convinces main boy to vote off the wrong person, essentially. And then she's like, now it's just me and you. Because how they vote him off is they go to sleep. They just go into a cryo thing and sleep. There's lots of ways around this, by the way, not just the way that they're doing it. Anyway, the imposter lady's like, yep, killed him. But then he wakes up, and that's the end of the episode. And, well, when he wakes up, the girl he voted off is like, do you get it now? Because he's like, he's got the Groundhog Day power. Anyway, it hooked me. I want more. So it's...
I'll watch this. I'm convinced. Danganronpa trash. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm here
so-
for it. Genosha.
Genosha.
What a name.
Yep. So I'll keep you more updated on that one. I really hope it doesn't get bad because it's got a really cool concept.
It very well could get bad.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
how
for
these
sure.
go. Yeah, I won't talk about the other one I'm excited about. I know Thane is watching it. I find it very funny. It's also trash, but it's good. So stay tuned for that one. But I think it's about that time we can start talking about Seeing Yesterday for Me. Right? That's the correct title?
Yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So, from here on out, we got spoilers for Seeing Yesterday for Me, just the anime. At one point, we will mention that there'll be spoilers from the manga because I'm sure these guys don't care and they want to hear about the little things that I've learned about. Mind you, those spoilers for the manga are going to be very minor to the point where it doesn't change anything about the anime, really. So, you could probably hear that just fine and it wouldn't matter to you. Because I don't know really what happens that much in the manga. I just know the gist of what happened production-wise. Anyway, Seeing Yesterday for Me. From here on out, spoilers on, go. The story of Seeing Yesterday for Me is a guy who had a crush on a girl that he was good friends with in college, and he ends up working a dead-end job at a grocery store, and all of a sudden that girl's back in his life, but at the same time there's this new girl that all of a sudden is just super into him and won't let him go, basically, and it's the story of his life and how he goes through it. I mean, that's the gist of it, right? Like, nothing else really is, like, that important. Like, the college girl has a boy that's also into her that's younger, too, just like how the main boy's got a girl that's younger that's into him. And eventually, I mean, he like, progresses. He gets away from his dead-end job, finds what he wants to do with life, and actually progresses in his life. So that's sick. Like, good for him. But yeah, I mean, that is literally just the entire synopsis of the story. The final bit is that he gets with the girl that was super into him. That's the story. That's literally it in a nutshell. But let's talk a little bit more about these characters, a little bit more in depth, and kind of like figure out their motives, I guess, is the best thing I want to do anyway. Just because that's the most fascinating thing to me is their motives for their actions. And let's start with the main boy, right? I don't remember his name. I could never remember his name.
Takumi? That might be another show I'm thinking of.
It's
I write it down.
I don't know. I literally have the hardest time remembering.
I
this
just
dude's
know
name.
my favorite girl. I know her name.
Is it Haru? Do you like Haru?
Haru.
It's Uozumi. That's his last
Oh.
name. Uozumi. I don't remember his first name. Anyway, Uozumi, main boy. His whole motives is basically he wants companionship, and he wants people that treat him well, more or less. He wants to be with somebody who treats him well. And that's why he had such a huge crush on this one girl in college, because she treated him really, really well. And honestly, if she hadn't moved back at the same time that Haru approached him, he probably wouldn't have even thought about her much anymore. He probably would have dropped her pretty quickly for Haru, because Haru, of course, treats him very well.
Right.
And that's kind of the like I said, that's the point of what he wanted. Obviously, he had no direction in life as well, so his other main thing is that he wants to find that direction, and eventually he does kind of get to that direction, and he starts pursuing what he likes to do and what he likes in life anyway.
Right.
Then I will say Haru's probably, honestly, the other girl's really the other main character, and that's just because of the way that focus is. And this is one of the first manga points I want to point out. From what I understand, the way that this was adapted, they kind of cut a lot of Haru's story from the manga into the anime and focused on this other girl. And I don't know why they chose to do that, but apparently they did, and that's why we have what we have, and it makes this other girl the other main character, more or less.
That's why throughout the show, I didn't really feel chemistry between Crow Girl and Main Boy. And when they get back together at the end, I was like, I'm not satisfied. I wasn't satisfied.
No, yeah, I completely agree.
It feels like they didn't really have good chemistry, even though she's like, I really want him. He feels mostly annoyed by her. And it's like, what do you want, you stupid kid?
I think that brings up, you mentioning that kind of brings up one of my complaints is, what the freak was our time frame all the time? I felt like we were
I looked
jumping
that up as well.
all over
I have
the
the
place.
answer. So the story that we watched takes place within a span of 3-ish, 4-ish years.
They did not make that known
No.
at all, other than we would get Like, I think that the weather changed.
Yep. You would have seasons that would kind of indicate it. And then the only other time thing that they ever said was when main boy and the other quote-unquote main girl started dating. They were together for like 3-ish, 4-ish months before they broke up. So, yeah, that's one of the things that the anime does horribly is the sense of time. And I saw a lot of people actually talk about that. So it's an interesting thing you pointed that out. And exactly what Thane said, their chemistry is almost not there, and that's probably because they didn't include her stories really there either. Yeah. And so let's talk about Haru.
I didn't even know she had parents until like the last 2 episodes.
You
like
see them early on, but if you blink and you miss it, you would never know that they existed.
Yeah, I must have missed that because like, oh, she does have parents, or at least a mom. I don't know who the other guy is. Apparently, she's dating someone. I don't know. I never got. It was never really clear to me. Maybe they said it and I missed it. I don't know. I watched some of these episodes during my lunch break.
I think it was like episode 4 that Haru meets her mom and her mom introduces that guy as her current boyfriend. Uh-huh. And then by the end of the series, they've been married for probably about a year, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I couldn't gather that because
there's
like
nothing
it's like
to gather that.
Feels like this show needed like more episodes to really flesh out stuff.
Absolutely.
Like instead of 13 they should have just given the full 24 or 26.
So let's talk about Haru and what her motivations were. Her motivation is horrible. It's so bad. And from what I understand, that's the consensus even in the manga, that her motivations literally was non-existent and bad. She meets Owozumi for half a second, picks up a piece of paper and hands it to him, and he's like, oh my gosh, you saved my life. This is so good. And from then on, just smitten like a little puppy dog. Just like, this is
he cast
master.
a spell.
Also, the age gap. It's like, I know he's an adult, but I'll wait for him when he gets out of jail.
Well, I guess she's 22 by the time they hook up. Then.
Yeah, the age gap's not bad at all. It's only 3 years.
Yeah. Well, 21 then.
So she's 18 at the start of the story, and he is 21.
Oh,
so the age gap is almost not that bad. It just seems bad because she talks about that she dropped out of high school at the beginning, and that the other boy, the other kind of main character boy, was a high schooler as well. That's why it seems bad because we don't know the time sense.
She still looks like a teenager, so it's just like.
Well, she acts like one too.
Yeah, absolutely,
This is weird.
Their character designs don't change at all either.
Yeah.
And granted, they shouldn't. It's only 3 years or whatever that the story takes place during, so it makes sense that it wouldn't change. But anyway, that's kind of why it feels weird. And I thought it was weird up until the end, but then I figured out the time span of this show, and I was like, oh. And I figured he was only like 3 years older than her anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad at the end of the day. And it's not like he was pursuing her either. So, like, it doesn't feel that bad. At least to me anyway. I don't know how you guys feel. That's just me. Anyway, Haru is her whole motivations are horrible. She picks up the piece of paper, hands it to him, and all of a sudden is smitten like a dog and like will not think of anything else other than him. Drops out of high school, gets a job, just starts stalking him like crazy mad stalking, and then eventually she wins in the end. So apparently, if you stalk people, you win. That's just how it works. Which is a lesson from life. I'm just kidding.
Don't stalk anybody.
Do not do that.
I don't know why I felt so frustrated in the last episode. It's like, let's just be friends. I was like, what is the point? What is the point then?
So here's my thoughts on that too, because obviously I picked Haru as she was my favorite of the two, specifically because how she, like Cole already mentioned, how she treats main boy, and she's very forward. I guess I'm just looking through my eyeballs. I like individuals that are that way. But there's a quote she said when main boy stood her up at the movies. I believe is that this specific point. But she says, and I quote, "If you say you're going to do something, then do it, dummy."
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, based.
Okay, we can talk about that whole scene though, because like that scene. I guess before we talk about this scene, I just want to mention that I think this show is incredibly effing relatable. Like, holy cow. I don't really care much for the story or the show at all, but the characters and the positions they are put in, surprisingly, are very relatable. It's really easy to put your feet into the shoes of these characters, especially main boy. But that scene specifically where Haru says, when you say you're going to do something, do it. That's one of the philosophies I live by. If I say something, I'm going to do it. But in the situation that he was in, it's kind of hard for him to remember to do it when he's asleep, right? Like he's taking
Right.
care of the girl he actually likes, and then he wakes up way past the time. Like I really can't blame him for that. I think he could have explained it better, but at that point it was too far gone, and there's nothing you can do, especially if you say, I was at the girl I like's house instead. On top of this, I also need to mention, this manga is from the 90s. That's why there are no cell phones. That's why you can't just text, hey, by the way, I am asleep at my girlfriend's house, so I won't be able to go to the movies with you.
That they didn't make that clear at all
No!
either. There was nothing that I saw that even said 90s. Like nothing.
What about the rotary phone?
I guess I didn't pay attention enough.
That's what picked me up on it. The first time I saw them use a rotary phone, I was like, wait a minute.
I probably should have picked up on it, but like the animation looked new. Like
Yeah.
the whole
Well,
show
the show's
just
new. It's
right.
like 5 years old.
Yeah, the whole show just screamed like, yeah, we made this a couple years ago.
Exactly. Yeah, the manga's like from the 90s, so that's why they have no cell phones. That's why these situations make sense now in hindsight after you have that information. Anyway, let's move to the next character. We got Shinako. Shinako is the one I've been calling the main girl. I looked up her name. That's why I actually can say it now.
She definitely got the most. She got the most backstory.
Absolutely.
Like, the most emotional episodes were with her.
Yeah.
So Shinako, her whole story is that she was in love with a boy and was basically like family with this family.
And then he got Ligma.
And the boy got Ligma and passed away. And she stayed in love with him and could not get over him up until she's 21 and so on. And here's the story. We have a girl that's in love with this boy that's dead. A boy has a little brother, and the little brother falls in love with her and wants to protect her, wants to be with her at all times, make sure everything's okay. But girl Shinako doesn't really care for him in that way. She loves him like a little brother.
Exactly. Yeah, she
It's
sees him
literally
like a
her
little brother.
family. And even the little boy's dad is basically like her second father. Like they are so close, like a family. And she can't respond to both this kid's feelings for her because she doesn't see him that way. She can't respond to
Main boy.
Uotsumi's feelings because she has a hard time thinking about love in general because all she's ever known is this one person that's gone now, and she can't even she can't get closure on this love, basically, is what it is. And that's her story, to more or less. And at the point when Uozumi and Shinako start dating, she is trying to get over this. She's trying to get past her feelings for this individual who had passed on. And we see them end up breaking up. And that's because she still can't get over it yet. She still can't really get past it all, and she's still struggling with it. She's not ready for a relationship. And I really do like the way that they ended their relationship because I never felt that they were good together. They were better friends for sure, but they never felt like they needed to be together. They didn't seem super great together even from the beginning. And Uozumi realizes this at this point. He goes, yeah, like, this girl's not really in it. She's still trying to battle this other thing she's dealing with, and I'm ready to move on. And I'm in a different stage in my life. It's crazy, right? Because at the beginning of the show, Uozumi's a piece of crap. He's working at a dead-end job, doing nothing with his life, just going home playing Sega Genesis and calling it a day. Or at the end of the story, he's got a job. He's like trying to progress in his life. He's moving on to the next stages, whereas Shinako's been doing the same thing the entire time the story has gone. She's just teaching at a school, which isn't a bad thing. That's a great career. But that's the only thing she's doing. She's not progressing in any other way as a character. And Uozumi realizes this, and he realizes that she needs to progress in her own way. And she also realizes this as well, and that's why they break up. They have a mutual agreement to break up. And I think that writing was pretty dang well done. I think their whole story is pretty dang well done. But the problem is that it's not their story. It's Haru's story. And that's why it doesn't feel as genuine when all of a sudden Uozumi runs back to Haru and instantly gets with her the very next episode. And then quickly I want to talk about, I think his name was Rio. No, it's just Ro. That's the kid. I want to quickly talk about Ro. I think Ro's a piece of crap.
He's a selfish
sucks.
little bastard.
He's pretty selfish. He just needs to figure out a way to move on himself. He's essentially got the same problem as Shinako, where he can't let go of this love that he has. And as a result...
he's got that douchey little bobbing pin
Yeah,
as an
the
earring. It's like,
freaking,
God, that's tacky,
paper
dude.
clip.
The safety pin.
Safety pin.
Safety pin.
Yeah. I think he sucks though. Like, I learned about him in the manga, and like he sucks even more there too. So like he's just I think he's a horrible guy. I think he could have been better. But we see at the very last thing that Shinako essentially goes to Ro, and we can presume that they're going to get together, which doesn't seem right at all.
No.
That feels horrible for the characters that we have, and I don't like that.
Also, like, she's like a high school teacher, and he's still in high school.
No.
He's in college
He's in college by the end
okay.
of it. Remember, 3 years have passed.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
one thing
right.
you got to remember.
That's right.
It's hard to remember that, but yeah.
Still the age gap. I don't know. That doesn't feel right, man.
I think it
No.
doesn't. Though it's not that. I think it's. Well, I really honestly think it's just the whole concept of time in the show's bad.
Yeah.
So it feels bad.
I don't think the fact that the age gap feels a little weird. I think it's the part that feels weird is that she doesn't think of him as that. She thinks of him as a little brother. And all of a sudden, hey, I'll get with thy little brother. That's the weird part.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst.
That's the part I don't like about her character. So that sucks. That ending part is sucky. And I think and from what I understand, that's roughly how it works in the manga too. By the way, I think now we can talk about the manga, right? This, like I said, this will be like minor spoilers, but not really, because I'll say this: the ending of the manga and the ending of the anime are one and one the same. So you won't get any spoilers from the manga. I won't say any manga spoilers. I will say this: episodes 1 through 11 take place within the first, I think it's 6 volumes of the manga. There's 11 volumes. You know what they did? Shoved 4 volumes into one episode and called it a day.
So those 4 volumes, I'm assuming, has a bunch of Haru stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Also, there's probably horror stuff all throughout, but, like, we don't get any of that. All of a sudden, we have to break up and then jump to get back together with her. And within those 4, maybe even 5 volumes, like, there's so much storytelling that we just don't get to see, but we are forced with the same ending as the manga. And so, as a result, it feels very disingenuous and does not feel very good. And now that kind of, like... There it is. Let's put a nice little bow on all of that. Now you understand why the show is the way it is. Everything kind of makes sense. You're like, okay, it's because they didn't make this anime long enough to fill the full manga.
Yeah, which is sad because I think at moments I really do like some of the characters. Like, to piggyback off of what you were saying when they broke up, when Main Boy and the other chick broke up, you see it in that scene where when they both were like, yeah, we're just better friends. It's like the whole vibe just shifted, and they both relaxed. They were able to just talk and have a good time again because they're not like so high-strung about being boyfriend and girlfriend and the do's and don'ts of that. I thought that was really good portrayal of it. I still, going back to Haru, at least what we did see, like I said, I still like the way that she treated Main Boy, and she was always very forward with what she wanted and why she was there. So she was never a dick to him. But yeah, I
think she was overbearing.
Very, very overbearing.
That would have turned me off probably.
But I don't think we saw enough of her to like be satisfied with the ending.
I agree. I don't like that she didn't take the hint. I don't really care much for that. That seems a little weird, but
well, the thing is he never and this is like I think Main Boy just like realizing his feelings, or if not realizing it subconsciously, he never told her to stop.
He didn't. You're right. And then he never got into a relationship. And as soon as she found out he was in a relationship, she stopped.
Yeah,
she did stop right immediately. So
right.
like, I guess kudos to her, but I don't know. You're not wrong. That's got to be all it was. He just never said stop, and so she didn't.
And I don't think he ever said stop because inwardly he liked the fact that she was giving him
absolutely
attention.
And that's the whole point of his character. He says it at one point. I just like people who are nice to me, essentially. I end up falling for people that were nice to me. This girl was nice to in college, so we fell for her.
Right.
And so on. Even that girl that pops up for half a second that he dated in high school, she says that she would just say yes to anybody because why not? And then he says because people were nice to me. She must have been nice to him because why not? Why wouldn't she be? If that's her attitude, is just to say yes because they ask. Of course she's going to be nice to people in general because that's the kind of people those people are.
Yeah, I did kind of like the mild parallels between Haru and Main Boy and other chick and Main Boy, because it was like Main Boy was avoiding and unknowingly hurting her.
Yes.
While Teacher Girl was kind of doing the same to Main Boy, although I don't think it was as harsh.
No, yeah.
But she still admitted it. She's like, yeah, I gotta do something about this because like I am hurting this dude. Main Boy didn't pick up on the fact that he was hurting Haru until
they found out.
Right.
Or she found out.
Didn't he
dating.
find out from? Well, yeah, he saw her face. He's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
But then I can't remember. Was he talking to somebody and they were like, dude, you kind of crushed her soul? Was it the girl she worked with?
It might have been, yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, I thought those parallels were kind of fun because it's like they're both Main Boys doing and receiving.
Well, and on top of that, like that was the other cool thing. This show has a lot of parallels, right? Like you have Shinako also not leading on Ro, but like in a very similar situation to Haru and Uotsumi.
And
very similar situation.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but she never told Ro no either, right?
She did.
She did? Okay.
She did. She absolutely, like, remember like when he like started hugging her, she's like, you got to stop this.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Is that not no enough?
Well, I mean, it is no. I guess as far as like what I'm saying is like, I don't know if that was just no, stop hugging me, or like, I will never date you. I don't know if she ever said anything like that, or no, I don't want to date you, or no, you need to stop.
Maybe she never explicitly said it, but that's the vibe I got from that scene. That was like what are you doing? Like, we're literally family. You can't be doing this.
Okay.
That's what I took it as anyway. But obviously he didn't care. He just kept going for it. Eventually he got it. So, like, who knows?
And his whole character for me was just like, well, he's just a spoiled teenage brat. And, like, that's what he is. He's a high school kid, you know.
Yep.
I feel like he portrayed a high school kid pretty good.
I think so.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that you guys kind of hit it on the head. Is all the endings just felt very unsatisfied. I think the horror one would have been way better with more Haru in the story, obviously.
Character development.
We
the
didn't really
best
get
one
any.
we get is when she calls Uotsumi and said, hey, there was a burglar in my house.
Right.
Like, help me. That's the best development we get for those guys. Because he drops everything and goes. You're like, yeah, of course.
But then it's also like he's there and she's still like trying to make light of the whole situation and joke and be flirty with, and maybe that's just her way of coping.
That's just her way of coping. You could tell that was just her coping.
But yeah, I don't know. It's too bad because, like I said, I think I liked Haru better just because of what kind of person she is, and she just has her mind made up. But we didn't get enough.
And I guess to wrap the bow on the whole conversation really is just that's who Uotsumi and Haru are both together, right? Uotsumi says that he's very similar to Shinako and like how the way they are emotionally, but the way they are like mentally, Haru and Uotsumi are a lot more similar because Haru and Uotsumi both are, they know what they want.
Yeah.
They know what they want and they go for it and they did it. Like it took Uotsumi the whole series to get to that point when he started realizing I want to be a photographer and starts progressing and pursuing that. But after he did start pursuing it, that's what he wanted, so he went for it. He knew that he wanted somebody who took care of him and was nice to him, so he went for it. And Haru knew from episode 0 that she wanted Uotsumi.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I think this show for me, like I watched it very quickly. I was very into it. But it's because I kept thinking it was going to go places. And it did in some aspects.
Yeah.
But
It's very slice of lifey.
yeah.
Some episodes felt very long. Other episodes went by pretty quick. I don't know. So overall, like, I think it was fine. I don't think it was that great. I was a little disappointed that I didn't like it as much as I was hoping I was going to like it. I've been seeing like this poster for this anime for years now, really, and every time I see it, I go, yeah, I'd love to watch that show. Now that I've watched it, I'm like, dang, I guess I didn't need to watch that show. That didn't really change anything about how I view anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. This is probably like a 7.
I'm probably going to forget this anime in like 2 weeks or after the show.
Yeah. This is
It's just
definitely
a nothing.
forgettable.
To me, it's just nothing. and I just don't feel satisfied. I'm like, toss it in the recycle bin.
See, and I
Not
think
the waste bin. It doesn't deserve the waste bin. It deserves the recycle bin.
And see, that's the worst part about it, because that unsatisfaction, I think, comes from obviously because we didn't get Haru's stuff and we get a lot of like her story, but we also, from what I understand, the manga has the same
Problem.
because you do get her story a little bit more, but you don't know why she likes him so much.
Oh.
That whole thing still is the same as it was in the anime, and so that is unfortunate in my opinion. And that would make me unsatisfied if all of a sudden, like, if I read the whole manga and I still never knew why she all of a sudden fell for him so hard, and it was just that. But
And seeing some of the justifications they tried to make, at least in the anime anyways, she would have like internal monologues, or maybe she was talking to her coworker, but she's like, I don't freaking know why I like this dude. It's just love at first sight, and I don't want to give up. Which, I don't know, it probably does happen in life, but for most people, I feel like falling in love with someone's a very gradual, and there's reasons behind it.
Yeah.
Not just, I rubbed shoulders with him and handed him a piece of garbage off the ground. He made it on
time
the
to devote
bus.
my life to this guy.
I remember one thing. Shinako, the crow girl, whatever her name is.
Haru.
She has a pet crow too. It's like, look, she's the manic pixie dream girl that was in all those movies in the 2010s. I remember one line that made me kind of groan was like when she says to the teacher, she's like, I'm gonna up the competition on romance. I was like, grow up, just grow up, man.
She feels like a young person a lot of the time.
That's probably why I don't like her as much, because like
she feels young.
Yeah, it's like you feel like a kid that doesn't want to grow up.
I will say she definitely matures throughout the whole story. You can tell that her personality and her like the way she is has matured. It's like by the end of the story, like we've been talking, she does kind of like go after what she wants, and she has a stable job. She has all these things in her life that are fairly stable and all that. But she still does kind of be a little immature. But I mean, all of us are that way. All of us have our own immaturities as well. But it's very obvious at the very beginning she is very immature. So it is cool to see her grow. But then we have Ro, literally does nothing. He's just the same dude the entire thing. He's just a garbage character.
Yeah, he's like, just cook for me, babe.
Cook for me, be my girl. Screw my dead brother. I don't care about him.
What a douche.
Honestly. But that was Seeing Yesterday for me. Oh, I guess one final thing that I've said the title again. Seeing Yesterday for me. It's not the Beatles' Yesterday song. It's some other song. It's a Japanese song, and I looked up the
Isn't
what
that
it was.
one of the ending songs?
Yes,
Yeah.
one of the ending songs. That's a remade version of the "Sing Yesterday for Me" song.
Yeah.
It's an older song, obviously. That's why, because it was written in the '90s, and this person apparently was either had heard this song while they were writing it or something along those lines. That's why they called it that. But yeah, I think it's like episode 3, episode 9, or something like that. Both have the same. It's the "Sing Yesterday for Me" song. I don't love the song, if I'm being honest with you. Both the original version I listened to and the ending song. It's not bad, but I wouldn't listen. It would not be something I'd put on the playlist, that's for sure.
So I got one final question for you then. Based upon what you've read or seen, does reading the manga make this show feel better?
I think it makes the ending a little bit better because you do get a little bit of Haru stuff.
Because honestly, that was what I cared about the most, and it's because we didn't get it.
Yep.
So maybe I will go back and read it and do a report.
I think it's only like 11 volumes, so it's not like crazy long either.
Yeah. I honestly, like, thinking about it, I don't really know why I was into the show so much.
I did see, so I watched one video on it. The guy in the video he said he hated Uotsumi in the manga, hated everything about him, but then he watched the anime and he really liked him. And it's because he liked the way the voice actor was portraying him. Just the way he would read his lines essentially, and like the tone and the connotation and everything and all that. He said that changed it, so he did like him.
Interesting.
So without that, if you're just reading it in your mind, all of a sudden you hate this guy, which is crazy. Like, I don't know if that's bad writing or what that is, but like,
It could just be that reader's interpretation of it.
it could be, yeah, very well could be. But yeah, so from my understanding, it's very, very similar. Like I said, the ending is exactly the same. There is one arc about Ro, and that is in the 3 to 4 volumes that was skipped. And it makes him a worse character. That's all I'll say. No spoilers. I don't like that dude at all, especially learning about that arc. But yeah, that's it. That was Sing Yesterday for me.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably not one you need to watch.
Not one you need to watch. And if you did, thank you guys for watching it with us. Or in the past, and you listened to this because you had also were interested in the series as well. But it's that time, I think. Thane, are you ready to Are you ready to pick our show for the next 2 weeks? All right, here we go.
Okay.
We'll be watching this for 2 weeks.
So the anime I was gonna pick last night, unfortunately, I forgot it. But then I had another anime in the back of my head, and I was thinking, I don't know if these guys will like it, but we'll give it a shot. But apparently it's got good ratings, and it's by Madhouse, so it could be good. I mean, they're usually hit, but sometimes they do miss.
So this is one you haven't seen.
No, but I've heard of it. It's called Shigurui Death Frenzy.
Can you spell that for me?
Just look up Death Frenzy anime. Yeah, that'd be.
All right.
Death
so
Frenzy.
over the next 2 weeks, we'll be watching Shigurui Death Frenzy, and you'll get to hear our thoughts about it. How old is it? Is it fairly old? Or
2007.
Oh, it's pretty old then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty old by today's standards. But I mean, when I was watching anime, it wasn't that old, but now it is. So
I think things from like 2015 are old.
yeah.
And that's 10 years after that one.
But I was trying to find a horror manga to kind of do throughout Halloween.
I'm glad you did not get to pick one.
But that one's the closest thing I could think to horror. It's more psychological. It's like a samurai type, but it's like apparently very dark and serious. So
I can't wait to enjoy this over the next 2
Yeah.
weeks. We'll see you all then. Have a great life, everybody. Enjoy your seasonal shows. Enjoy Shigurui if you watch it with us. And if not, get ready to hear our thoughts. I'm sure we'll have plenty of them. Have a great life, everybody. We'll take care.
Bye.
bye.